Think back to all the turbulent events that have happened in politics in the last few months. We've had tariffs on again and off again. We had this big Republican tax bill that narrowly squeaked through Congress. We've seen an aggressive program of deportations from the Trump administration, and the Jeffrey Epstein matter has resurfaced in the news. Now, look at our new Wall Street Journal poll. That big Republican tax bill, more people disapprove of it than support it. They think overall that it's going to help the wealthy, help large corporations, and raise the deficit while hurting the poor. When it comes to tariffs, people disapprove of what they're seeing from Trump more than approve by 17 points. Look at immigration. People like the idea of deporting people who are here illegally. That gets strong support. But they don't like how Trump is going about it. They think that Trump's crossed a line by being too aggressive in deporting people without giving them legal protections and by sending them to countries like Sudan or El Salvador where they have no personal ties. Our poll also finds that voters overall are skeptical of what they've seen from the Department of Justice in its investigation of Jeffrey Epstein. More than 75% of voters say that the department is hiding important information from its investigation of Epstein, and about half of voters say they have no confidence in the department's investigation of Epstein. But this poll says a lot about why this environment is not the same as in Trump's first term. In our poll, 46% of voters say they approve of Trump's job performance in office. That's identical to our last poll in April. It's essentially unchanged despite all these turbulent events. Even though Trump's political standing hasn't changed despite people being uneasy with parts of what they're seeing from him, neither has he benefited from brightening views of the economy. In our survey, 47% of voters say that the economy is excellent or in good shape. That's a very strong number. It's up by double digits from our last survey in April, and it's the most bright view of the economy in any of our polls dating to 2021. 63%. That may be the most important number in our new Wall Street Journal poll, and it's a number that should scare the Democratic Party. That's the share of voters who hold a negative view of the Democratic Party, and it's 30 points higher than the share who have a positive view. This is the worst image rating that Wall Street Journal polling has found in all of our surveys dating to 1990. This is a party that's brand is very tarnished. Donald Trump is underwater by 17 points on how he's been handling tariffs, and yet voters trust the Republican Party on tariffs more than the Democratic Party. It's like this on just about every issue we tested except for one. Democrats hold a lead on health care. Congress is on recess right now, and we're likely to see what we saw in the spring, voters turning up in big numbers at town hall meetings to tell members of Congress that they're unhappy with the president.
If something is manufactured in the United States, tariffs are going to have no impact. Because
we need to deter illegal activities.
So many people have looked at these town halls and said voter anger could propel the Democrats to a big win in 2026. That's what we saw 8 years ago in Trump's first term. And Democrats that year picked up on the order of 40 House seats and regained control of the House. Now, it's early to talk about the next election, but this poll gives us a lot of information about the challenges that the parties have, particularly the Democratic Party, going forward. When we ask people, do you consider yourself a Democrat or a Republican? By 1 or 2 points, more people call themselves Republicans. Back in 2017, at this point, more people called themselves Democrats by 7 points. This year, Republicans are going to be running on a much more flat playing field. When we ask people, which party would you vote for if the election for Congress were held today, voters in our poll sided with the Democratic Party by 3 points. That's a good sign for Democrats, and it's meaningful. But at this point in 2017, Democrats were ahead by 8 points. There's a lot to play out before the next election. Views of the big Republican tax bill could change. Tariffs, they either will or will not have an effect on inflation. This poll does tell us some important things about the state of play today, the advantages and disadvantages that each party carries into the midterms, and those are going to guide the parties as they prepare to spend billions of dollars to shape voter views ahead of the next election.